Good morning, everyone. I am Priyavanna from Department of Mathematics. My seminar topic is Herbatian steps. Mathematically speaking, when you subtract the T from the Gantt, all you have left is an apostrophe plus a better attitude towards a success. These are the synopses I have included in the Herbatian steps. In introduction, a lesson plan is a systematic preparation done in a scientific manner. Effective and successful teaching mainly depends on perfect lesson planning. A lesson plan represents a single teaching unit meant for a class period, and it is a teacher's mental and emotional visualization of classroom activities. Then definitions of lesson plan. According to Good, outline of the important points of a lesson arranged in the order in which they are to be presented to students by teachers. Then according to Davies, an arrangement of learning, planning, organizing and controlling by the teacher. Advantages of lesson plan. Lesson planning makes a work regular, well organized and systematic. It enhances the self-confidence and self-reliance of the teacher. It facilitates appropriate use of aids at appropriate places. It saves time, energy and resources because of good planning. Lesson planning establishes a proper connection between different lessons of study, thus ensuring continuity in the teaching learning process. Mathematics is the most beautiful and powerful creation of the human spirit. Stephen Banach. The students' interest can be retained by the planning suitable activities and assignments according to the mental level of the students, and the lesson planning helps and accelerates the achievement of desired objectives of teaching that lesson. Then John Friedrich Herbert. John Friedrich Herbert was a German philosopher, psychologist, and the founder of pedagogy as an academic discipline. Now Herbert is now remembered amongst the most Kantian philosophers, mostly as making the greatest contrast to the Hegel, in particular in relation to aesthetics. This approach is generally known as a Herbatian 5 steps approach in the procedure of the Herbatian school of propagated by J.F. Herbert and his followers. Steps involved in the Herbatian approach. The former steps involved in the Herbatian approach as follows: instruction or motivation, presentation, comparison and association, generalization, application and recapitulation. Introduction or motivation. This step is concerned with the task of preparing the students for receiving new knowledge. In preparation, nothing new is taught to the students. Relevant to the topic in hand, the teacher should make himself sure of what the pupils already know by putting a few questions based on the pupils' previous knowledge. And in general, with the help of this step, the teacher can check the students' entering behavior before he starts teaching the lesson. Thus, teaching previous knowledge, developing interest in the minds of the students, and maintaining curiosity of the students can be achieved with the help of this step. The following activities involved in the steps are the assumption about the previous knowledge of the students in relevance to the lessons, the testing of the previous knowledge, utilizing the previous knowledge for introducing the lesson, motivating the students for studying the present lesson. Then presentation. It is a key step and only through which the actual process of teaching is going to take place. Here the aims of the lesson should be stated clearly and the heading should be written on the blackboard, and then we have to provide situation for both the teacher and the students to participate in the process of teaching and learning. Our ultimate aim of the presentation is to make the concepts understandable to the students, and therefore simple language is used for teaching. Appropriate and science specific examples and illustration of the concept will make the understanding better. Then Max gives us hope that every problem has a solution. Then the interest of the students on subject matter should be maintained continuously by the way of asking questions from time to time in the stage, and the teacher should carefully and skillfully arrange his material so that his pupils may clearly, readily and grasp it. Then the teacher should make a proper use of the questions, charts, graphs, pictures, models and other illustratives for demonstration and explanation. At the end of each section of the few questions concerning the section only should be asked whether the pupils are now ready for the acquisition of a new knowledge. Then comparison or association. More importance should be given in this stage to compare the facts observed by the students with another concept by way of giving some examples. By making use of this comparison, the students can derive definitions or theories, and the students are encouraged to give new suitable examples given in the book to make them think in an innovative manner. Then generalization. This step is concerned with arriving at some general ideas or drawing out the necessary conclusions by the students on the basis of the different comparisons, contrasts, and associated observed in the learning material present by the teacher. As far as possible, the task of formulation should be left to the students. The teacher at this stage should try to remain in the background for providing only necessary guidance and corrections. Applications. In this stage, the teacher makes the students to use the understood knowledge in unfamiliar situations. Unless the knowledge of science is applied in new situations or in our day to day life, the study of science will become meaningless. This application of scientific principles will strengthen learning and will make the learning permanent. Then recapitulation. This is a final stage in the Herbatian steps in which the teacher summarizes a complete lesson and tests students' understanding and comprehension power by putting some suitable or direct and indirect questions to them. Thus, the students may be evaluated through the written or oral test, subjective or objective test, or by the performance test depending on the learning experiences given. An interesting mathematics of life. Life plus love is equal to happy. Then life minus love is equal to sad. Then 2 life is equal to happy plus sad. Then life is equal to happy plus sad divided by 2. Therefore, life is a half of happy plus half of sad. That's a real life. Enjoy it. Conclusion. Good lesson planning is a key to success teaching. Lesson planning in advance has a futuristic implications which permits the teacher to anticipate people's reactions and by using these reactions to prepare adequately in order to avoid foreseeable difficulties. It helps the teacher manage his time effectively. These are my reference. Thank you everyone.